Shifting focus to the United Kingdom. Now, tensions between British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and former Prime Minister Boris Johnson are at a boiling point. The face-off around the resignations honours list, a tradition that gives the outgoing Prime Ministers in the UK the opportunity to nominate people for honours, well, it has virtually come down to name-calling and slanging matches. Sunak, on one hand, refuses to overrule the panel that is vetting the recommendations. Sunak also added that he has no sympathy for those who did not like his decision, stressing that he is not willing to block any recommendations of the Commission.
And look, when it comes to honours and Boris Johnson, look, Boris Johnson asked me to do something that I wasn't prepared to do because I didn't think it was right. That was to either overrule the whole Act committee or to make promises to people. Now, I wasn't prepared to do that. As I said, I didn't think it was right. And if people don't like that, then tough. When I got this job, when I got this job, I said I was going to do things differently because I wanted to change politics. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm also keen to make sure that we change how our country works. And that's what I'm here talking about today.
To this, Johnson turns around and says Sunak is, and I'm quoting here, talking rubbish. Johnson's controversial honours list has long been criticised by the MPs. Some have even hit out at the whole system of the honours. In UK, an outgoing Prime Minister can nominate people for lifetime seats in the UK's upper house of Parliament, the House of Lords, that is. This also includes knighthoods. Johnson's list carries at least 50 names, including that of former Culture Secretary Nadine Dorries and of Johnson's COP26 President Alok Sharma. It also includes names of Tory party donors, Johnson's aides and people who attended the infamous lockdown parties at number 10. Meanwhile, the Privileges Committee investigating Johnson's PartyGate claims is also expected to conclude their inquiry. The MPs are probing whether former UK Prime Minister misled the Parliament or not about the lockdown parties. Johnson has already been given an advance copy of the report, and it is believed that he may have resigned as a Member of Parliament after finding out about the findings of the committee. According to the media reports, the committee was preparing to recommend the suspension of Johnson as an MP for days. Johnson has already been given an advance copy of the report, and it is believed that he may have resigned as a Member of Parliament after finding out about the findings of the committee. Now, despite the mutiny against Johnson over his lockdown gatherings and the controversial honours list, the former UK Prime Minister still holds a core support among the Conservative voters in the United Kingdom. Many still believe that he is a victim of internal politics, and only he can rescue the already struggling Conservative Party in the country. For more on this, we were earlier joined by Dr. Nigel Fletcher, a renowned political analyst and commentator from London, with the latest updates on this controversy. Listen in.
Well, the first challenge that he's got, of course, is these 3 by-elections. And as we've seen in recent by-elections, that's going to be very difficult for the Conservatives. The Uxbridge seat, the Labour Party has been campaigning for quite a long time. They've selected a candidate. They were preparing for the possibility that Boris Johnson might have faced a recall petition and by-election, but also they were gearing up, frankly, to try and unseat him at the next general election anyway. So that one is well advanced. That one, I think, is going to be very tricky. Nadine Dorries' seat in Mid-Bedfordshire, I think, is probably better for the Conservatives, but we've seen perhaps the Liberal Democrats in the past have had some spectacular wins of by-elections facing huge Conservative majorities. They're looking at that one. And so there are a number of challenges. Nigel Adams' seat has just selected its Conservative candidate, so I think that person is going to be propelled very quickly into a by-election, and that's going to be the focus. I think Rishi Sunak will probably want to get the pain out of the way, if it's going to be pain, as quickly as possible. So I'm hearing reports that the writs for those by-elections will be moved fairly swiftly, and I think they're going to try and have those perhaps before the summer, and possibly on the same day, so that the campaigns are not spread out. That way, I think they can perhaps minimise the damage that's caused for this, assuming, of course, that no other MPs follow suit and resign. But we haven't seen any immediate signs that that's going to happen.